Hey guys, I'm Jackson Rudolph with Team Paul Mitchell Karate. We're going to work on a palm spin drill. When I'm teaching tricks to people, one of the most common issues that instructors have trying to demonstrate to their own students is the palm spin, because it's very much, once you have the move down, it's one of those that it very much feels like, all right, turn and just let it spin, because that's how basic the move is. Once you have the hang of the move, it's very, very simple to perform. Teaching it is an entirely different thing that a lot of instructors have trouble with. In a seminar setting, in a large class setting, I would say anything 20 or more. I normally just teach it standing up, and I just get very, very detailed with the process. So I start, right leg in front of the left, assuming that all the kids in the class are right-handed. If you do have lefties, make sure you specify, do the exact opposite of everything that I'm saying. But for righties, just follow me. So from here, my right foot's going to be in front. My left hand is up, back of the hand facing the front. I want to keep my left hand or my off hand chambered at all times. You have a couple of options here. It can be in a fighting stance, it can be chambered at the side, or you can chamber it under the right arm. This is almost like a chop chamber, and it's really good for a guide if you want to spin with it, maybe a palm spin, and then spin the opposite direction. Your elbow can lead the way there. But any of those three chambers works. Then from this position, I'll just use this side chamber as a reference, turning the hips all the way to the left side. And then to start the palm spin, you're going to turn your wrist back to the right, opening your fingers and turning those fingers towards the back of the mat. Have the students start off with simply a half rotation and then grab. Do not let them try to see how long they can balance it at first, because then they'll start to extend their arms, they'll start to throw their posture off, get off balance, and a whole lot of bad things can happen. So if you're dealing with a large class or a seminar setting, that's when you're going to have to, really break things down step by step. But when I'm dealing with a small class or a private lesson setting where I can be a little bit more creative with the drills that I give, I actually have kids lay down for this one, because laying down, the bow isn't going to fall on you and hurt too bad. It's not like where you're standing up and the bow can fall, hit you in the top of the head, and it hurts. When you're laying down, you can see the bow, and you really have a full view of everything that's going on. So I have the students lay down like so, and then from this position, holding the bow directly parallel with their shoulders, in line with their chest, they can see exactly what their hand's doing. And this is how you teach to push the bow with the right hand, turning, and it really shows the kids how the hand can stay flat the whole time. Now, like I just did, I hit my knee, so make sure the students are laying flat like this, and then from here, you just turn this way. And again, I only do this with a private lesson or small class setting, because when you're dealing with large classes, having them all lay on the floor isn't always the most efficient idea. They lose focus easily. Parents wonder why they're laying down. So always be careful with the way that you teach this move. It's really, really easy for students if you can lay them down. But again, only for a smaller class setting. For larger classes, just be very, very detailed with your approach of teaching this technique. I'm Jackson Rudolph, and that was your palm spin.